Hello,
Hello,
I'm Dinah.
I'm Francisco. How are you, Dina?
I'm good.
And this
you.
is
This is Double Espresso Podcast.
Podcast. Okay, so what is our topic today?
You tell me.
Okay, today is about scams. So we want to discuss how to identify this and some initiatives, techniques, and things that you should look to avoid to be a part of this fraud.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what is the typical scam or fraud that you could find in the investment part?
Yes, the famous of all time, the Ponzi scheme
The Ponzi scheme.
and the pyramid scheme. So
And it's quite old, but it's still keeping on repeating
yeah,
and repeating
and we're
and
surprised
repeating.
that we know some friends who has been unfortunately a
Part of
victim
this.
a victim of Ponzi scheme. And also in the past I know some people who has been into pyramid scheme. So I think that, as I've mentioned, this is like the all-time favorite fraud scheme
It goes.
financial industry.
So these Ponzi schemes, it goes in multiple ways. It can be now online. It can be in so many different ways. But the typical or the cases that we know actually are coming actually talking friends to friends, and they are saying that they are investing in this kind of business, which actually there is no description of the business, and they are giving, after giving certain amount of money, they are getting in return a percentage, monthly percentage.
Yeah.
So for example, the case I
yes, I think first is we give a concept. What is a Ponzi scheme?
Okay.
So how does it work? So basically, Ponzi scheme is that the first investor will be getting.
Don't call it investor because it's not investment.
Okay, so it is actually a non-existent investment. Okay,
Yeah.
the first victim. Let's say
Yeah.
the first
No,
victim.
the first person is actually not a victim. Is actually quite smart. So he just convinced a group of friends or convinced a group of people to
Okay,
give it to him the money.
that is like the how do you call it, the mastermind.
Yeah,
But
this
I'm
is-
I'm referring to the first recruit.
Okay.
Okay, shall we say recruit or a victim? Let's just say a victim.
Initiating some mastermind, convince a group of people, and then he explained that he has a marvelous business. If you invest in his business, they will get a ridiculous high return in a very short time. And the more of the friends of this group of people are coming, the higher the percentage they are getting. So basically a group of people give money, then they convince their friends to also invest on this, and the mastermind basically what he does is collect the money from those people and give a portion to them back. But the money is never invested, and the scheme is just growing and growing by the more people coming, because obviously if you're getting in return such a high interest on this investment, which is not an investment but is a scam, it's very easy to convince people, because in very short time their life could change. So then the more people, and then actually it's coming from your friends or from family members, so that means
Who are not financially educated.
so it's easy for them to convince. I have done it, because they will explain, I am getting this, and you could also be as successful as I am. You just have to give a certain amount of money, and then actually for me to convincing you, I will get an extra cash. And more
That
this
is
group.
actually pyramid scheme, Fran, because actually Ponzi scheme and pyramid scheme is quite similar. In the pyramid scheme is when you recruit more people investing, okay, forget about investing because it's not really, it's a non-existent investment. So the more you recruit people to put some part of money in the pyramid scheme, you get a
reward.
commission.
Yes,
you get
you
a
get a
reward
commission.
for the more recruits you get a reward. So that is a pyramid scheme, and you will see that in multi-level marketing.
Yeah. So well,
The problem with the pyramid scheme is when the market becomes saturated.
yeah. So this will continue to grow and grow and grow, and
Until one day,
yeah,
the
it is
mastermind
possible. Yeah, it is possible that the
escape.
authorities cannot catch this fraud on time, and this can be actually going for quite a long time, and then either there is a time where there is no new lease addition, so they cannot cover the expenses. Obviously, then the mastermind will disappear with all the money.
Escape.
It will escape.
With all the money.
yeah.
With all the money from your hard-earned money.
Salary. So and then, or sometimes he can decide it's already enough for him or for her, and to run away with the money. So, for example,
How
the
do you
case I
avoid
know.
that?
Yeah. So let's talk about that. The case I know is a friend, a very good friend came to me. I have a very nice investment. Say, okay, I'd like to check. At first, I said, who told you this? And it's from the friend of a friend. I said, doesn't looks good already. What is this trustability? And what is the friend of your friend doing? I mean, if he a successful investor, it's just no. It's working actually in hospitality industry. Say, no, also not the best person to recommend this, right? And then he showed to me. I said, okay, let me have a look. He showed to me a badly printed paper, and then I have a look. I say, okay. The paper was quite simple. It was just invest $10,000 and get 8% or 9. I think it was 9% per
Every
month.
month.
Yeah, of course,
It's
I
like,
have.
at first glance, that's already that's a ridiculous high return.
Actually, at the beginning, I started to look. There was not too much information. It is always very clear how much you have to invest and how much you are getting in return. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They made it very easy. They do all the calculation for you. Nice graphics and all this. Especially mainly focus on how much you are getting in return. Then, of course, I see the 9% or 8%, and I say, okay, it could be. Then I read it a little more, and then I say it's 9%. I was thinking it was yearly.
Yes.
And it's 9% or 8%
month.
monthly. So that means after 12 months, after 1 year, you have made it back your return and a profit.
On top of that, a profit.
So in 2 years, you already got your money. Of course, after year 1, you got back your money, and in year 2 is pure benefit, and at year 3 is you triple your money. Year 4, say it's like, okay, after 10 years, you own half of the world. So this is actually what you have to use. My friend did not even question this. Why is this actually? Because he thought, if I invest $10,000 and I get in how much? 10%. Let's consider 10% every month. That means how much, Dina? $1,000. That makes a really good impact, because $1,000 is something I can quantify. And obviously, I do the calculation. I say, okay, after a year, I have recovered my investment. It's a good investment. But if you tell to your friend, look, the typical investment doesn't work like that. You invest $10,000, for example, in very safe market, like could be SP 500. Over the 12 years, the profit has been around 8%. I think over
Per year.
Yeah. So the annual interest has been 8%, but let's consider 10% yearly. So that means if he invests $10,000, he will get $1,000 per year. Okay, that's nothing for him, because $1,000 per year means how much? $100 per month. That makes no difference, right? So it's like, what is this? I will never become rich with this. It's not making any impact, and I have $10,000
for
invested.
those who don't really understand finance and how it really works in real world.
But here is the thing: you have to apply logic to it. No one can come to you and say, hey, you invest this amount of money and after 1 year you get your return. Okay, where I am investing my money? What is the business that back up this? Because to make it this legally, I mean, this money has to be used for something that generate a profit, and part of that profit is returned to you. And this is the reason why the stocks actually, the SP 500 is giving you 8% average profit per year. And the reason is because the companies in this SP 500 stock market use your money to reinvest, to generate a business, to sell something, to generate a profit, and part of the profit return to their investor. And over the years, over a long period of years, you get your money back. This is how it works. Basically, if you buy a house, it costs a certain amount of money. Consider $1 million US, and then you rented this house. You don't rent the house for 100,000 US, so, or let's say for how much could you rent your house? I mean,
it depends on the market. But then let's say for UAE, you can get a return on investment of like 8% annually, and it could be even like up to 12% annually. So we're talking about 12% per year.
Yeah, but no 100,000 per month.
Very good market.
So,
yes.
So you cannot buy a house for $1 million US and rent it for 100,000 US per month, and after a year you
get 1 million.
You get 1,200,000. So you pay back your mortgage, and then you have. See, this is the logic that you have to apply on this.
The point here is that you really have to expose yourself with the financial ideas and what's really going on in the market, because the more you deep dive into financial different kinds of investments, you have a better understanding that when someone gives you a different ideas or like an investment proposal, it will like automatically like it will be like a red flag. Oops, what's going on here?
Well,
it can be
very
possible.
catchy. It's very catchy because they use very nice numbers, easy to.
And for sure they also choose their audience. I mean the people that they.
But you have to question it. You have to question it. You have to apply a bit of logic, and I think.
Common sense.
Yeah, common sense.
A sense that is not common.
Yes. And mainly,
Am I being harsh here?
No, but I think it has to be clear, because it's really sad to see friends that actually they cannot identify this, and it's quite sad. So I think for most of the people, real estate is very easy for them to understand. So whenever you have this kind of business approach opportunities, translate into a real estate. So if someone come to you and say, look, if you invest this amount of money, in return you will get this, then think in a property. If I buy a house which is cost this amount of money, how much I get in return? So after 12 months I own the house. That's unbelievable, right? And that's, I mean, too good to be true. So you cannot trust this kind of investment. So one is to apply a bit of common sense and make some numbers to see if this is legitimate. Another thing is to identify the source, from where is this coming. And another thing is to investigate. I mean, where is the money going? What is this company, or what is this business that I'm investing? I mean, what is your backup?
There's no shortcut for success. You know, it's not like you put this money and you become like a one-night billionaire or millionaire, or it doesn't
look
work
for the
like
contract.
that.
I mean, this is a contract. If your friend or the friend of a friend want to open a business, and or let's say this friend of a friend has opened different businesses, is going well, you always have to have a contract, how much money you're giving, make it everything legally, make it everything clear, and see how you are protected. If when you enter in a business, when you enter in an investment, always look for the contract, because even when you invest in real estate, you get a contract. When you invest in the stocks market, you get a contract. You're protected. You have certain conditions, you have certain terms. You have to read it, you have to understand it. Don't give money to anyone who come to you with a piece of paper who has no validity at all. Okay, so check what is the validity of the document they are giving to you. If you sign something, what is the authority has reviewed this, or what is the lawyer who has backed up this? You know, there is all these checkups that you have to do. And you have to be really careful.
You have to be skeptic.
There are very simple scams that they are running there, and it's surprisingly running. But there are a little more complex ones. There are scams that could be back up, for example, for actually you mentioned, like someone has a product, and if you buy this product, you invest in this product is selling very well, and it creates like a pyramid scam.
Yeah, pyramid
In this
scheme.
in this case, it's using a product as a okay, as a backup. Okay, there is something behind. You're not just giving money to someone and that's it. There is a business which is this product, but you have to do your due diligence and identify if this is a scam or is a legitimate business, or if it is something in between. It's something risky. So consider to evaluate and to understand, and I mean, never stop of question the things. Questions.
Yeah.
Is this too good to be true? If it is too good to be true, it's probably not
And
true.
also another word of advice here is that you've worked hard to earn that money. So it is fair that you do your due diligence, you do all your effort to really understand on where are you gonna put that money. Like we've said this many times, protect yourself from any risk, protect your family from any financial risk and financial scams.
Yeah.
So don't just give away your money for something that you don't understand. Don't invest on business that you don't understand. You've worked hard for your money, so you work hard as well in understanding on where are you gonna put your money, where are you gonna invest your money.
Yeah, and don't believe in magic formula, someone that come and knock your door. Actually, I have to say, if a business is really good, like an investment is really good, it's unlikely that they will look for you. It's actually that you will look for that business. When a business is already knocking your door, is looking for you to invest, and it's actually insisting you to invest, probably it's not that good. I mean, something that is really, really good, you have to do a lot of effort to find it. Because if something is really good, I will not be spreading it everywhere. I mean, if I am a smart person, I will try to tell to my family, to my friends, hey guys, you can invest, but I will not knock the door of someone that I don't know. Those business, those investments that goes from has jumps already many circles of peoples, and then you don't know even where is the origin of this business. It looks shady. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually sometimes small research, there is an address, check for the address. There is a telephone number, check for the telephone number.
Trade license.
Yes, because this document that came to me, it has no telephone number, no address, no information. So it's just a plain piece of paper which you put this money in this bank account and you receive this much, and it's quite nice. Okay, well, you think this can be? Well, I question it. Think finance, investment, and all these discussions that we are having, unfortunately, they are not covered at the school. We don't have a finance education at the school that allow us to.
Yeah, actually, I find it really important.
Yeah.
Personal finance is really important. And the way I see it, even kids should actually understand how this works. Because when you grow up, you earn your degree, you are earning salary, but then you're like, you don't know exactly how are you gonna do with money. And even there are many professionals who are really good in making monies, in creating monies, but they are not good in bringing that money to the next level just because there is not enough information on personal finance. And it's really important.
It is.
Like for me, I'm telling you, when we have kids, I would like them to really understand what is personal finance at an early age.
Yeah, I think you have to consider to invest time and effort on learning on finance. You don't need to go really deep. You don't need to get a degree in finance, but have a good understanding. Have good references. This actually, the best investment is not to make a mistake. So at least it will give you the reference to avoid scams, and that will be quite positive for you, because I mean, when you try to invest in something, you try to get a positive return. A legitimate return is going to be a percentage, very small percentage. It's going to be 5%, it's going to be 10%, 12%. If it is very risky business in a restaurant your friend open, it can go wrong, it can go well, and you could get maybe 20%. That could happen. But the thing is, you have a reference of what I'm talking 20% a year, okay? Talking over years. So that gives you a reference, okay? That gives you a reference between profit, return, and risk. So you have to have this base knowledge to question the things, and when something goes out of what is the average range, when something goes out of what is the logical or common in this market, and then it's when you have to be skeptical. Okay, I think this is quite interesting topic. I hope people can think twice when they are presented with these opportunities, and it's good. But I mean, this is a very particular scam related to investment. Unfortunately, there are thousands of scams.
Yeah, we just thought that it will be good to share this information to you, because I mean, this is like an old scam, but apparently it is still happening. Yeah, there are some people who still don't understand and not aware of this scams.
Yeah.
Ponzi and pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
This is
old school, but still continue and repeating. There has been also translated in different manners to different version to cryptocurrency. Now, I think that now we are in the lower side of cryptocurrency because many of those has failed, and then people have realized. But I mean, cryptocurrency could be positive and could have a positive use, but obviously scammers are there outside, so they see a big amount of people who is willing to invest, and they will try to get advantage of you. So they will create something that is fake. They will call it this cryptocurrency, invest on this, and they will give you an access to invest, give money, and nothing is back up. Another friend actually I have, he did not invest it, he identified this scam, but it was more on an app. Actually, this one, it was quite similar.
Yeah, and then is it like more of an identity theft? Like you have to access the specific link, you put in your information.
So there is this app, and then it seems legitimate. Okay, at the beginning, it has been well developed, this app, and you invest, for example, in whatever. You invest in cryptocurrencies, and you invest in stocks or whatever. Basically, the apps works like you send money to a bank account, and the apps always show you that your money is going up, or it's going up. But when you try to, of course, you see going up, maybe even you consider to increase your money. When you try to withdraw, then you start to face problems. Sometimes you cannot withdraw everything. Sometimes there is a delay on how much you can withdraw. Sometimes they say, yeah, you can withdraw now, but actually it's going up, so you should consider to invest more. Someone may even call you to invest more. This case, I have read it also. In the UAE, what's happening? Invest in Amazon, for example. There was the product was invest buying stocks from Amazon at $200. I mean, stocks Amazon 2-3 years back were at $3,000 per stocks. So they were just giving you the chance, like
for 200.
a company buy $3,000 the stocks and sell you a portion, so you can be part of this. Now, say okay, Amazon has been going up, so then you invest. You cannot buy 3,000; it's too much money, but you invest in a small portion. You put it in this app, but you can never withdraw the money. And this has been happening actually. It's more common than what we think. I have another friend who invested in gold through, actually this is not an app.
You have a lot of friends.
Yeah, because people is really trying to make out of their money.
It's nice that when you encounter that, you actually share it to people, so you will gain awareness. And it's important to identify on the spot that this is a scam, and it's important to share this so other people, or especially your friends and family, don't experience.
Yeah, but important
and don't
things.
become a victim.
this app actually is working as a brokerage. So now the question for you is to identify if this is a legitimate broker or no. So you need to go if this is registered. Is this a approved registered broker in the UAE or in your country? And check all this, because sometimes I mean, people just trust because some friend has doing. My friend, actually my colleague, he has a family member who invested in gold through a broker who gave it to him in an app, and then I mean, his family was his uncle, so his uncle invested a big amount of money. He invested too, his savings, and then the money gone. Suddenly, when they want to withdraw, so it was always going up. When they want to withdraw some portion, suddenly the app shows zero. There is no register, there is no information. No one knows when he sent money.
That's really sad.
Yeah, and they bring actually cash in hand. So they bring the cash in hands. They never got a receipt for that. So even if you do it through an app and you're sending money and there is no information as a conclusion, always do your research, find that this is legitimate, question the information where it comes from, check for a registered address, registered telephone number, and identify if this is legitimate or a scam. And always, if you don't have it clear, if it is too good to be true, probably it's not true. And if it is unclear for you for any aspect, it's much better to be conservative, miss this opportunity. There will be more opportunities in the future. So, but the important is that you don't make a mistake, because a mistake on a scam means lost everything.
Yeah, can actually cripple your future, not just for you but also for your family. So don't invest on something that you don't understand,
or you don't have the full information.
Yeah, and when you encounter this specific scam, fraud, share it to your family and friends so they don't become a victim in the future, and report it to the police.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Dina. I think this is an interesting topic, and we hope that our friends, family, and our viewers and listeners can benefit from all these learnings.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers.